What is going on?
Hey, I just updated projections. I'm going to run them right now. Any news happened in the last like 3 minutes?
Not anything that I've seen.
Okay,
You got the Caruso news before, I think.
I imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
I ran stuff as of like 5 minutes ago,
Yeah, you're good.
so I'm going to run that in right now, and then I'll be ready to deal with it. I got I did my NHL thing, um, and then yeah. So what are you thinking about this slate so far?
Sorry, I'm trying to respond. People right as we go on air, that are some of our members write me, and it's hard for me to do both at the same time. But I like to try to get back to them. Anyway, yeah, I'm running into an issue a little bit because I really like the idea of playing Luca, and I really like the idea of playing one of LeBron or AD. I think AD is the slightly better play, but I think this could be like a little like after winning the MVP of the tournament, like a little LeBron pushing. And he is a big narrative driven player. You know what I mean? We have to take him for what he is now. So when you get him at lower ownership today in a game that's I believe is nationally televised, yeah, um, against Luca. I think it's actually televised. Let me double check that. But I just think that this is a spot where I could see either of those guys having big games. And I really want to play that. The problem is you are really getting shady with the value unless we hear Hardaway's out. And we haven't heard that yet.
Oh, so so we are waiting for that.
That's the biggest. I mean, Anthony Davis and LeBron are both technically questionable. Jamal Murray.
That's a bunch of crap.
I think Jamal Murray is unlikely to play, is my guess. Back to back, coming off multiple injuries. I don't know why they would play him here, but they may. It's just a matter of what they decide to do, I guess. They're still 7.5-point favorites. It's hard to know if they would have been anyway. The other guys,
I'm going to run it again, but when I ran something a few hours ago, I was getting just all kinds of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he's going to look like the best play because he's been going nuts. First of all, it's a great matchup. Remember, it is Kawhi on the road in a back-to-back. Like, we haven't seen that much of it in the last 5 years. I think it's happened like 4 times.
I'm looking at the value here. Like
Hardaway is officially in, Kobe says.
Officially in?
Aaron Gordon is in. Jamal Murray is out. Oh, or is that a question? Jolly, make sure you guys write out the full question because it says Jamal Murray out, Jokic good play. I'm guessing does that mean Jamal Murray's officially out? Because I haven't got that news yet. Maybe he is. I don't have it.
I have what I think is a dumb question, but let me. What is the price? I asked this for a reason.
Very doubtful.
Dante Exum is 5,700. I'm looking at like the value here. Mm-hmm. I don't have like a single guy. I don't think under 5K that is like even 4X.
Yeah, so that's what the projections are showing. So I think there's worth, but like as last night should prove to us, like when you got the nothing out of the chalky guys because they were chalky enough to where like it didn't matter that they put up nothing, but you can still win with nothing.
Well, but then what happens is when I go down here, like the top things I have are like Grant Williams, Cam Reddish, and Trey Lyles. They're all projected, and Teray and Prince. They're all projected 20% on plus.
You have them that high?
I do.
Well, let's see if this. So Jamal Murray being out it's not going to do a ton. The players are still sort of priced for him being out because he hasn't been back long enough and he's missed some games.
And I also have Peyton Pritchard 23%
owned. So people are doing it. They're just going to reach for the value.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sam Hauser is going to get some ownership as well.
14% Olivier Maxson Prosper.
Yeah, and he's one I actually did have. It's interesting with the Lakers guys to me. They've had some time off. Not time off, whatever. It would normally for some teams be a letdown spot. I don't know that this is for them. And I think that they're going to, look, to guard Luka, they have like 3 legitimate options they could use, and really only one that makes sense, and that would be Vanderbilt, who oddly enough is only center eligible, even though he only guards the point guard. The other one is Terrain Prince. The other one is potentially some form of Cam Reddish or Austin Reeves, but doesn't seem like a good idea to try and do much of that. Or they could just say F it and play LeBron on him. We might see it. I don't know. But I do think I would lean on like the Reddish because he's getting the minutes, and just hope that he's going to get some open looks against Dallas. People get open looks against Dallas. Just hope he makes them and keep shooting. These are the guys who I would lead. I like a little bit better than some of the other speculative stuff. I would play, and remember, we still don't know for sure about what's his name playing tonight. About it looks like he might be out actually, Vanderbilt, which could open up some more for the Lakers a little bit. But it's very speculative, all the value, and I think you should play the guy who's going to be 5% owned, who projects 2 points worse than the guy who's going to be 20. That's the best way to treat the value.
That's true, but I'm finding it difficult to even find that. Oh, maybe like Rain Prince. What? Oh, so
I like Neil's idea with Strother. I think Strother is actually going to look like a really popular play.
How about play Jaden Hardy?
I like it anyway. Like even with the Hardaway back, I mean, remember it is a back-to-back. The only problem is where does he get the minutes? You know what I mean?
I have 19 projected minutes and 3% ownership.
I think that's worth it.
Yeah,
I like that, Sheets. You know who I like though? You're gonna think you're gonna laugh at me for the guy who I like. The guy we talked about today and
Daniel Tice.
No, I would assume troll game.
That'd be amazing.
Get ahead of it. I'm serious. It makes perfect sense. I mean, look, the guy was popular last night on a 13-game slate.
How about Rui?
I think Rui is I want to see about the Vanderbilt thing, and then I would consider Rui. But I don't have him officially out. But I'm looking at the NBA page, and they don't have him in like.
How about Andre Drummond?
He's a little too expensive. That's the only problem.
48 is like it's like $3K tonight though.
He only plays 14 minutes though.
Can I tell you?
No, I hear you.
Well, unless Vooch gets 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Against Jokic, right?
This page needs an update. Yeah. Come on, update this page. They still got Caruso in. What's going on here?
I'm reading out guys that I have in my dummy build here that are less than 20%. Draymond Green. Like all these plays, they're all going to be the same thing. Like, yeah, I guess. Derek White, Zubac less than 20.
I wish I could play Dosunmu at 4K 4100 at half the ownership of these other speculative plays because of last night's perception.
Klay Thompson.
I'm telling you right now that Dosunmu is I'm probably going to be my big buy-in lineup.
Love it. He's going to play.
Was that?
He's going to play.
Yeah. Remember, all these other guys played 41 minutes last night. He played 26. He also can do things offensively. This is not like yes, there's a potential for it to be an all defense game. When you're guarding Dame Lillard, that tends to happen. You know what I mean? And that's what happened. He was guarding Dame Lillard. And it wasn't working, and he couldn't make a shot early on. And then it just sort of carried over. If you look at Dosunmu, the other times he's played 30 minutes, 23, which we would take, by the way, because there's not that many great plays. 36, obviously, you take that. I mean, it's ridiculous, but like this is what we're talking about tonight. These are the guys. I think I always like the.
Let's go back to your other man, the Patrick Williams.
It's too obvious. Too obviously cute and it's going to be like another 26-0 probably for him, but I don't think so.
Who?
I'm just saying that it's actually like I like this play.
Well, go back to your other guy like that. Go back to Patrick Williams then.
I like Patrick Williams, but he's a little bit more expensive. He's actually, it's a much better play, obviously, right? That's a guy who's going to get some ownership. I'm looking for off the board, and he's just a little too expensive, to be honest. He should be 4,100. He's 50.
I got a guy who's projected at least for SaberSim at 6%. Guy we spoke about yesterday, and a little bit today. Norman Powell.
You're Norman Powell. You really like this thing?
No, I'm grasping.
I kind of like that actually. It's a little too expensive though.
But he can get 30.
He can. It's kind of hard on this team to get 30 outside of Zubac and then the three guys in Westbrook. It's just hard. How is he going to get that 30?
Playing 29 minutes, maybe.
No, but is he going to get 10 rebounds? That would
No,
be
he's going to score 26 real life points or something.
For the Clippers.
Sure.
They have. I don't think anybody scored 26, except for Kawhi.
Oh, Jamal Murray. He's officially doubtful, huh?
He's out. He's done. He's going to be out, I think.
Yes, we got to have to redo that, right?
Derek White in Boston. Ace is asking about Derek White in Boston. I think he's going to be a pretty popular play. He's actually not as popular as I thought. I think it's totally fine. Yes. Every Boston player I feel the exact same about, and that is that they are all good plays and none of them are going to have much ownership, especially not like Tatum. Like, it's kind of crazy. Tatum under 10K finally, and he's going to be like 5% owned.
Yeah,
maybe a little higher. People will just just do it just because, like, just play him.
So who's going to get the bump in Denver?
It's
who's going to start though?
It'll be basically the same team they've had the entire Reggie Jackson, but he's 63.
Reggie Jackson.
I mean, we've seen them. They're all priced like Jamal Murray's out anyway.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I like the idea that Neil brought up. Shout out to Neil. I like the Strother idea. I think that's, kind of crazy. He's coming. You know how many he had in his last game sheets? He had 38. I know it was a weird game. It was against Atlanta, but it was a regular game. He's going to be popular, I think, ish. I like the Strother. I'm in on Strother. He's my new guy.
Who's going to be the Tristan Thompson of tonight? The 0. The Senator Blutowski 0.0 own guy. Javon Carter.
I like that one.
Or how about Tristan Thompson?
Tristan Thompson. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out names. I'm not throwing out actual plays. These are just names.
I was thinking.
I'll tell you this: like if he breaks the slate at 0% ownership yesterday, and he does it again at 0%, like then people are going to get really upset. On a back-to-back, no less.
I think the guy is the guy we talk. I think it's the Sunmo. He'll have more than 0%, but because projections will force him into some build. I bet you. Will you run a build? Maybe
I did.
Did any Sunmo come in?
Doing it right now? No, Sunmo. Are you kidding me?
I don't. He says he didn't project that badly.
Not going to get any of him.
He's not going to project that badly.
I'll do it again. Hold on, I'm doing it right now. I took Jamal Murray out. What about Max Christie?
That's that could work. It's just they've just been giving the minutes to Reddish.
Dude, to Neil was here. Did he notice that his man was in the optimal lineup last night with 6 fantasy points?
Which guy?
Sasha.
Oh, Vezenkov. Yeah.
Sasha V was in the winning lineup in the fadeaway with 6 fantasy points.
Yeah, that was the most bizarre lineup I've ever seen, though, in my life. I mean, look, I don't care. I don't care, man. I guess there's some world, but anybody but Tristan Thompson doing that with, if it was anybody else, it just didn't compute. It didn't. I don't know. It was on a 13-game slate. Tristan Thompson in the winner in 2023.
In 2023.
Reddish to Sunmo. Okay. I have this Laker game stacked all the way to Sunday.
The Laker game?
It's just I love Lively too tonight. I'm a little worried about him though.
We'll do another build here.
I absolutely hate my lineups here. This is horrible.
Yeah, this will be a low scoring slate.
Ugh.
Let me see what Denver looks like. Do we have to change anything with Denver? No, not really. No, like you said, nobody really is getting any kind of bump.
Yeah.
Even with Murray out. DeRozan, Drummond. All right, we're gonna build again. And we'll see what I get.
Dude, I think it takes some stones to play. I'm sort of just liking it. I think I just know I have to do it now at this point.
Who, DeSumno?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to play.
He's going to probably start.
He's going to start. I mean, you know what I mean? What else do you want?
And like they all played all the minutes last night. He's typically an active player. Remember, when you guard Dame, this is what happens though, because you have no chance to get a rebound. He doesn't turn the ball over. You're going to get in foul trouble. You know what I mean? Like that's what happened. And he was just never quite into the game, and then he missed his first 6 shots.
Were you talking about Daniel Tice earlier today? Was that you? Or
yeah, I think that's actually a pretty logical one. He's a little more expensive than you'd want, but like they're on a back-to-back here. Like there is absolutely a chance he could get into this game, and Sabonis can draw a foul trouble, can get Zubac in foul trouble. Like there's a lot of stories you could tell yourself where Daniel Tice. Also, it's his kind of game up and down. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, this Strother, he's like actually getting like 10% ownership.
Yeah, he's going to be higher than that, is my guess. I think the Sonmu might have to leave because I think I just talked myself into the Tice thing. I think you helped. Well, actually, you know what? I like Reddish and Tice.
Yeah, I'm just hurling out plays. You know what I mean? Like,
I know. This is
hurling out names of people. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, with the way the pricing is gone, you just have to think different.
Well, when I run my SaberSim builds without even using contest sims, I'm getting 98% Dante Exum and 96% Kawhi Leonard.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't want me to play any studs. Reeves, Lively, D'Angelo Russell, and then 50% Anthony Davis is the first guy that over, I think, 8K that I'm playing.
Mm-hmm.
Or that SaberSim wants me to play. And then all these guys you mentioned, Trey Lyles, Torrey and Prince. Wow, 30% Jaden Hardy. Let's go. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. He's freaking good, man. Like the problem is he's so ball dominant to be with Luka, but he played. I mean, they won the game, right? He scored, 19 real points.
You play to win the game.
He played last night. Like what? I don't know. The problem is he also had he was 4 of 6 from 3, and he still only had 26 fantasy points, 28 or whatever.
Well, Tim Hardaway is playing. I mean, maybe he's not so bad, even with the back spasm.
Do we do the thing that we started off today saying we weren't going to do?
Back spasm game.
Yeah. But he is getting low enough ownership to where it's probably not the worst idea.
Yeah, I mean.
But if you're going to do that, you could also make a really good case for just playing Jaden Hardy because those back spasms backed up.
As you would say, play them together.
I don't know if you can play them together. I think that they cut into each other there. D'Lo on the trading block. D'Lo's always on the trading block.
D'Lo on the trading block?
Kobe's in for Tice, a little bit of Tice. It just makes just enough sense for me to talk myself into the Tice thing.
How about Reggie Jackson? No.
I just can't get there. The price.
Exum, Reeves, Lively. This is a gruesome slate.
Yeah, it's really brutal. it's so brutal. So 33 minutes for Zubac last night, which is, I believe, his 5th highest minute total of the season. And now you're playing a back-to-back against one of the fastest teams in the league. Doesn't it seem like this is the Daniel Tice time? I think so. Tice, even the Reddish thing feels gross, but you don't need that much out of these guys. They can get 20, they can get 4.5x, and that could be good enough, Is there another play from the later game we could include with Tice so we could maybe have a something to switch when we hear all of a sudden that
Norman Powell?
Oh, well, Kawhi, I guess, is the other one. Well, there's an argument for Kawhi, unfortunately, because if anybody's out, which you never know with the Clippers, that they'll burn. Well, I can't believe they would do it tonight. Let me just get the TV schedule. Hold on.
Now, did we say Jared Vanderbilt might be out?
Yeah, it's Lakers and Dallas and Golden State, Phoenix.
Vanderbilt is in. I want to play him.
Vanderbilt. Well, that's the thing is that we don't have official word yet.
No, I don't know. Just
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually kind of did too. But the problem is he's center only eligible. And there's like other things, you know, that he could play minutes and do nothing. I like him in general, but I wish, you could pull the trigger on if you wanted to get crazy, either Devin Booker or Bradley Beal on a minutes.
Bradley Beal, he still plays?
He's back. He's just getting back.
Okay.
I mean, they're just guessing his minute projection. He didn't. I don't think they released an official one. I think the expectation is 28 to 32. But I mean, he's 6,900 with no Kevin Durant. Like, also Nurkic. I just see Nurkic and Draymond getting into a fight and that becoming messy.
So I'm gonna play Vanderbilt if he plays, and if he doesn't play, then I'm not gonna play.
This is some sharp stuff here, Sheets. This is why
you get paid the big bucks. That's it. I promise you. I shouldn't promise. I was about to say I promise you if he doesn't play, I'm not going to play him. But I've made mistakes before.
Oh man. Yeah, so Jokic and Luka is the one people are going to decide between. I think because Jamal Murray was announced more recently, is it possible that Jokic ends up as popular or more than Luka? I think it's possible. Hardaway's back. I guess that also, I don't care. They're playing the Lakers. Luka's putting up 70. It's going to happen. I don't think
this is cool. I have a full build with Vanderbilt in, and I have a full build ready to replace it with Vanderbilt out. So I think I'm in good shape.
Well, I'm over here trying to get in a Jokic, Luka, and Kawhi lineup. That's what I'm going for. I might have to use your play, the 3,700 Vanderbilt. The problem is I like the Tice play already.
Andre Drummond.
Oh man, maybe it's. I don't know what to do with Jokic. It would be pretty fun to play those guys together. But I mean, again, not that it's going to affect you. I actually think it doesn't affect Jokic really as much as it does Giannis. But I just will remind everybody the Bulls are pretty good on the inside. But Jokic doesn't really play on that's not like he does sometimes. Like that's not his thing though. They're a pretty good rebounding, pretty good with holding offensive rebounds, but okay. Well, it'd be nice to know if Vanderbilt was playing tonight.
It would be. We got time, and there's no game before that. So,
what do you think Kawhi's ownership ends up at?
Like 50?
Yeah, I think that's probably right. In the big buy-ins.
Yeah, I'm just only saying that because again, like every time I run these things, they're just jamming him. So actually, that's not necessarily true. I think that the guy who's going to get like really all the ownership is going to be the Dante Exum. I think he's going to be the highest owned guy on the slate.
I liked Exum though.
You know, I'm just saying.
It is interesting though with the Exum because like last night Hardaway was probably going to be owned just as much as Exum, I think. And then Hardaway was out, so Exum's ownership skyrocketed.
Yeah, you know, I have to say though, I mean, for all the years that Kawhi Leonard like refused or would not, or they wouldn't let play back to backs, we're gonna all of a sudden play him as the biggest chalk on a back to back.
Well, he's played 3 this season. He put up 36, 23, and 58.
Okay, well, so 33% of the time he gets there.
I was there the night before the 58 on Halloween when he put up to 20. He put up like 20, and he literally totally disengaged in the game. He was ready for the Lakers the next
day. And if you don't like it, put him in the utility. What? What's that?
Vanderbilt's out.
Okay. If you don't like it, you put him in the utility and then play Harden instead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so watch. Oh my God, I'm so prepared. This is so sick. I'm not prepared for if any projection will give make someone a better play, though. That's the problem.
I do like Kawhi though, just straight up. I mean, I think it's the right play. I actually think what's coming up for I think Booker is a really good play. Like, I think you can do it. You just have to play some uncomfortable Strother, maybe Tice, maybe Trey Lyles, as I mentioned earlier today.
Let me see what the Laker thing looks like now.
They'll play Trey Lyles with. They just gotta make all these guys just center eligible. Jesus, he put up 20. Yeah, man, he put up 30 last night. Shit, they don't come around often enough for him to
53,
do it again.
Yes, I'm curious to see who. How about Okay, so you want another 2%er? How about Jackson Hayes with Vanderbilt out? No?
He wasn't really playing much before.
Oh, well.
But I think it'll be Rui, though. I think Rui's actually going to be really popular.
Yeah, that's going to be. I think I'll probably have to update that for Rui.
I'm not sure it's a great play. I'm just saying that I think that the ownership's going to go there.
Jackson Hayes.
Before Vanderbilt came back, he was playing. Yeah, his minutes were up a little bit. I think it's worth it. Also, he played a pretty good amount against Dallas last time. He didn't play well, but 6 minutes.
Yeah, this is going to be. You get 300 tonight. You're styling.
You're cruising.
So it's one of those slates where why Kawhi looks so good, because if you need him at the end, it's not going to be a slate where you need him to get like 70. You know what I mean? It's a slate where you need him to get like 51. You know?
Right. Maybe you don't even need that.
Right. That's right.
So how about a Luka, Booker, Kawhi lineup?
Oh my gosh. Can you do it?
Yeah. I have Strother, Hachimura, Tice, and Lyles.
Okay.
And the very strange long shot Max Christie.
That's the.
But there is a path though for it. Like,
yeah, of course.
Especially with Vanderbilt out, because so he actually played 19 minutes in the championship thing, and yeah, there was a blowout run he got and all that stuff, and he was down. His minutes were down, but they were down partially because Vanderbilt was back, which just lost extra rotation time for him. What if they go back to this mid-20s minutes that he was getting before that? And also, there's always some risk of just any variance in the game, like a blowout either way.
Oh, you know who else is playing tonight? Steph Curry's playing tonight.
Yeah. So is Jason Tatum.
So yeah, so I'm saying, yeah. I mean, these are like two of the best players in basketball. And
yeah,
they're playing and no one's playing them.
Devin Booker, though, without Durant, feels pretty tempting.
Devin Booker without Durant.
Even with Beal back, it's going to be point Booker. He's just going to be playing point guard. He didn't get. He was more trying to set everybody up in the last game against Sacramento. I was actually a little disappointed in it because I was ready for him to have that monster game the other day, and he just didn't. He put up 48, but. By the way, Halliburton was also in the winning lineup, and he put up 48 last night at 10-9. So maybe you can look at 48 also.
Let's see, Vanderbilt out. Let's see who got bumped. Nobody yet.
We haven't even talked about Kobe White for some reason. Look at Kobe White's numbers since Levine left.
Is he over 7?
He's 72. His worst game has been 39. He put up 50 yesterday. He put up 41 before that, then 39, 55, and 43. Man.
Well, the good thing is we could. Oh no, we can't. I keep thinking these 7:30 games are after slate locks, but no, they're the first ones. Yeah. So we'll hopefully we'll have. Well, we're not Lakers. We don't need stars. We know who's going to start. I want them to say how many minutes Rui Hachimura's playing.
Yeah. Can we get the Rui Hachimura minutes announcement?
We got the Rui Hachimura minutes. He's on a strict minutes limit, 41, right?
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes. I'm just hoping to like you say, like just throw something out in the universe and then just have it kind of like stick somehow. Like if I mention, Norm Powell enough times.
Yeah. By the way, Kobe White is not chasing. You don't chase all of your entire history of example without Zach LaVine. I just want to throw that out there. It's a real deal, but I don't like jump shooters on a back-to-back, and I didn't need that price range. I just want to throw that out there, Neil, because I do not think Kobe White is a bad play. I think he's actually a really good play. I'm just building a little bit differently.
Rui.
Reddish and Christie.
I'm not getting to any of the Olivier Maxence Prosper.
I
don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I like Strother better.
Okay.
I kind of like them. I've talked myself into just a completely ridiculous lineup. It feels the worst thing though is what I hate about my lineup the most is that I hate not running back. I'd like to play AD or LeBron in it instead of that, so let's rebuild.
Yeah, I was playing a couple of Lakers with like no Luka. Just the Dallas value. Let me see what these. Anybody projecting these Lakers at all? Let's see.
Jokic is the highest point per dollar play in this league.
So funny. Oh, I have Kawhi actually.
Oh yeah.
And then Davis. I have Davis better. Okay.
Oh really?
Yeah, let's see the minutes here. Davis. I want to see who they're projecting here. Okay, so they're giving 20 minutes to Rui now.
Yeah.
Is that a lot?
I mean, it's not a lot, but like I would just say that if he's playing well, he definitely has upside on those minutes. It's really how the game flows.
10 minutes for Christian Wood, 17 for Christie.
They're just speculating on all of that.
A sneaky 13-minute projection for Jackson Hayes.
That's weird.
13 with upside to what, 19?
Nah, that's a lot of upside. Hasn't happened yet.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what about Christian Wood?
Right? I don't know. What about him?
Back in Dallas, too?
Back in Dallas.
I wish if LeBron had like some beef with something over there, I would
check the beef. The beef metric.
I mean, like, why can't he play minutes? It's so crazy, but the difference between his crazy and like the other guys we mentioned, like Vanderbilt or Tice, is he could put up like 40 and it wouldn't even be a little bit surprising, right?
Yeah.
But it's also not surprising at all. The most likely is he doesn't play at all. But like, shouldn't you take these really bizarre gambles, the Tristan Thompson gamble?
Well, they have Kadavius Caldwell-Pope now project for 35 minutes. He always plays 35 minutes, right?
It's just like,
Reggie Jackson, 30.
A lot.
That's a lot. I'm just looking at anybody who's projected over 20 minutes. Looney, no. Kuminga, not quite. Trey Lyles, only 18 minutes projection.
All right, I'm doing the things.
Norm Powell, 26 with like that.
I want to address the Wood coaches hating him. I think he's the most frustrated. Like, I want to just speak to, because I know a lot about Christian Wood and his background. He's one of the most well-liked players in the league. Everybody likes him, and there's nobody who has an issue with him. Like, he is literally loved. He's just lackadaisical. He's like a lost kid out there. And it frustrates coaches, but I don't think anybody dislikes him. And if I'm just saying, talent-wise, if he gets it going, look, these are all speculative plays, but that's one that actually has tournament-winning upside. Don't you think, Sheets? If you're going to script something, you'll throw Christian Wood into one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, sure, why not?
What's the difference between him and any of these other things? Maybe I'll do it.
By the way, who is better than Mike Rabel?
Who?
I mean, the coach of whoever the coach named Tennessee.
Yeah.
Who is better than him? Like nobody, right?
It's amazing. By the way, that was one I got last night. That worked out. I didn't expect them to win. So Sheets, get this: if you would have the last 5 Monday nights rolled over $100, do you know how much money you would have won?
What do you mean?
Just because, well, the underdogs won 5 Monday night games in a row, but actually it's been 6 because 2 were on the same time on Monday. So you would have made $230,000 if you rolled over $100.
Oh, you mean you played 100 hours on all the underdogs?
On just $100, and you rolled it over after each Monday night.
What does that mean? Rolled it over? Just play the underdogs every night?
No, you just leave it. You basically parlay it. You just keep it
100-hour parlay of all the underdogs?
No. You just bet it. You bet it each time. You bet $100. Then the next time you bet whatever you won. You won $350, and then that gets 4 to 1. Then you're betting $1,200. Then you're betting
on the underdogs. You're saying?
Yeah. Well, and all the underdogs won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of wild though to see for only 6 game sample size. It's pretty wild. Nuggets.
Saberson is not giving Christian Wood any love. They should be ashamed of themselves.
Who?
Saberson's not giving Christian Wood like a minute.
Yeah, he's probably not going to play a minute.
Oh.
But if he plays.
Right. What are they giving Rui here?
I'm playing Deson Moon in my pick one, I think. I really do. I've seen it too many times. So I just would point out the only other Christian Wood went back somewhere place was his highest minutes and production of the season. It was Detroit, but that was a blowout. Trying to find any Christian Wood type of thing. Look, it's not what I'm entering the 555, but if you're playing just one lottery thing and you want to play the chalk and get different somewhere from something and with a Christian Wood and one other piece, I think that's like totally could come in. It's ridiculous, but it's completely possible.
So that's what this has become. It's become Christian Wood, the slate.
Yeah. Prosper.
I mean, literally could play 0 minutes.
Why does Prosper have to play any minutes?
He doesn't.
He's likely to play 10. So if we're going to play the 0 minute thing, should go that way too.
I just came up with a good idea. You know who's going to play? I bet Ayu Dosunmu.
I like to see. This is now you're talking, Sheets.
This is BS. One of the sites has Julian Strawther at 64% projected ownership.
That's crazy, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that it's a high. I thought he was going to end up projecting better, and he was going to end up looking like the best play. Or the best value.
Here's a news flash. He's not going to be well. Is he going to start?
I don't know why he would. Yeah, I mean, Saberson has him at 52%.
Yeah, I guess he's starting, right? I guess
no. It's just it only got him projected at 16 fantasy points. It's just. I mean, it does make sense. People are going to play. We're desperate for value. Why not play the guy who put up 700 last night? That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, is that what he did well last night? I don't even remember.
Last night he put up 38.
Let me just see something. What team is he on?
Denver.
We're playing.
He's going to be the most popular player on the slate.
Denver. And I see, where is he? Strawther?
Yeah.
And they have him at 52, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, I don't care. I can play him because the other guys I'm playing with him, there's nobody playing. And I don't mind eating some bad chalk if that's going to be the case. Rui's going to be popular, though, I think, now.
You think so?
Yeah, I think people will just speculate on things they've seen in the past.
I'm going to do one more.
What about Wood? What about this play? I'm starting to talk myself. I really think it.
But what it is, it's like the opposite of what you're saying that if you were just scripting whatever, I wouldn't even try to like put him into any kind of build. I would just insert him somewhere. You know what I mean? Like,
See, I actually
I would just run. What's his price?
He's 3,800.
I would just run my builds and just insert him instead of Strother in places. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah, I probably would just like to get
or just force him at 10% or something, and like.
Yeah, I actually would probably go a little. I would consider going a little higher on this particular slate because I do think the studs are good spend up. Like I think Luka's a really good spend up. I think Jokic is a great spend up. I think Booker's a great spend up. I think Tatum and Davis and James are all like. I think everybody's gonna. The only guys who I expect to exceed 5x are all the guys who are over 9,700. So if I can get multiples of those and Kawhi.
I have Strother with a fantasy point projection of 17 points.
Yeah, that sounds right. That's definitely good enough tonight. I mean,
well, this is ridiculous.
This is such an insane lineup. If this comes in, man, what am I doing? I'm going to do it. I don't care. Like, I really genuinely believe there's a chance.
The Somnu?
It's hard because
Christian Wood and the Somnu together?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. It just is too stupid to do the other one. I think I don't think I can do it in the big one. The rest of my build is exactly what I want. LeBron, Luka, and Kawhi. Strother, Prosper. I'm getting real crazy.
Oh, you got the Prosper.
I mean, look, I'm looking for these. I'm trying to play three guys at 188K, one at 97, and one at 11.8. It's hard to do.
Yeah, you got to find guys with a 3 handle and further.
I'm just gonna like. I think that's the way to go. Like raw points are gonna matter, but it's weird because like, then I'm gonna be missing out on like Austin Reeves who could put up 40.
All right, I think this is what we're gonna have to do. So yeah, I have Strother 50%, top owned guy on the slate. Then I have Exum at 44, and then kind of a drop. So you know what? Let's have some fun. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to just do a build here, and we'll just see what we do. See what I feel like doing. All right, hold on. Let me get SaberSim up. Share my screen, and we're just gonna roll with it. I just did. Oh, you know what I got to do? Sorry. Let me put these projections up on the site first. And then it's going to be true DFS, true transparency. Here, we're going to really do this here. Okay, so this is the process. But first I have to, again, for the people, up goes the projections in case anybody wants them. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a whole brand new build. Wait, where did you go? Did I get rid of you? Oh, here. Okay. So first we're going to do, we're going to upload the projections. And when I say plenty of time, we so have plenty of time to do this. It's like not, you can go if you want, Bob, but this is like totally easy.
I'm hanging in here. I found the lineup that I wanted to play.
So we update the projections. No changes. I don't want to do anything yet. Contest sims are in, and we're just going to build the lineups. Let's see how many we're going to build. 50. Well, again, we're going to build 5,000, but we're going to rank the top 50. And basketball goes really, really quickly, actually, usually. With that said, now watch, it's going to go really slow. The slowest one is well, actually, hockey goes pretty slow. But MMA goes the slowest of them all. This should take not even a minute.
Can I get away with this?
I got a feeling. And what I like to see, everybody that watches my other videos, and this is the difference between the builds with just the Saber score rankings and then the builds after I attach the contest sims to see if there's a big difference. Like there's certain sports where you really see like a big difference, like baseball, like totally different lineups, you know, one versus the other. Hockey, totally different lineups, one versus the other. Basketball, because it's just so usually predictable that you don't get that much variance. It's very similar type plays because you know what, chalk tends to hit more in basketball than those other sports.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see. Okay. All right, SaberSim, what do you got for me? Loading lineups. It's like, yes, really, all the Strawthorn. All right. So if I didn't change anything, all right, and again, this is what I'm looking at here. We're ranking these by Saber score, and it's a small slate. And this particular tournament's got about 10,000 people in it, whatever. Just min uniques 1. Okay. So what this build would get us is, it looks to be, is it 100% Strawther? Yeah. 100% Strawther, 98% Exum, and 98% Kawhi. Now, what you can do, like, even if you didn't want to do like this, the contest sims, one way you could make yourself a little bit less stressful is just click to min uniques 3 or something like that. Okay. And when you go into min uniques 3, then it gives you a little bit more variance, but even still, it's got Exum 96%, now 92% Strawther, 86% Kawhi, and you can just keep doing as many uniques as you want to spread things out. Like if I go min 5 uniques, then you're down to 68% Exum, 58% Strawford, and then Reeves, et cetera, et cetera. I presume that Strawthers is starting. I mean, that's the
No. I don't think there's anybody on the planet who expects Strother to start. There's almost no way in the world he's. I mean, I don't know how. So Reggie Jackson then all of a sudden wouldn't be starting.
Right. So the first thing I want to do, let's run the contest sim, and that doesn't take very long at all. It takes about not even a minute. And again, for those of you that are watching this for the first time, what this is doing, allegedly, right, is it's now taking your 5,000 lineups that you made, and it's comparing them against the field of lineups that SaberSim believes the people are going to play. So SaberSim has its ownership projections, and based on these particular tournament sizes and payout structure, it's creating this kind of this field of lineups based on its projections that they think people are going to play. So then what it's going to do is going to take your 5,000 lineups, and instead of ranking them like here, like it's rating them by just by Saber score, now what we could do is rank these guys based on expected ROI against each of these tournaments. So for fadeaway, we re-rank these by risk-adjusted ROI, and now let's see, it ends up being very, very similar. This is my point, is you're getting Strawther again, about 70% owned, then Exum, Reeves, the same types of guys, okay? So you're really not getting any, I would say, benefit, but it's not any whatever. But I actually do like the Davis with these Dallas guys. And this one's getting the aforementioned Prosper. So I kind of like that in general. So I'm kind of inclined, everybody, I'm just going to blast this. So we're going to put that in the fadeaway, just like that. Boom. And I'm not quite as confident with the with doing this for the alley-oop, but just to see what a lineup could look like, it would be something like this. I'm going to go back in and probably change this. I don't really feel like having Kawhi and I was about to say I don't feel like having Kawhi and Harden in the same lineup, but
there's nothing wrong with it.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I actually like it.
Yeah. So we'll save that for now. We might screw around with it. But listen, I have to say that like on a slate like this, where I'm just a little bit lost, I'm not embarrassed to just kind of like let Saberson kind of help me out with this, because I'm going to end up, if left to my own devices, I'm going to end up playing like all kinds of nonsense. And I just don't think I don't think this is the sport for me to be playing nonsense. But I know that's what I want to do tonight. So I'm trying to like kind of force myself off it.
I have one more nonsense.
I would end up with lineups just like yours, but like worse. Yeah. I mean, I would end up with like horror shows. Like this is
if I was scripting, I would have probably 15 or 20% of. Well, I would make sure I'd probably have 60% of what's his name of Reeves, and I'd probably have 60% of Exum. But I would also want to include the Karis LeVert play.
Karis LeVert, all right, that's something. I didn't even hear about that.
Back-to-back on the road in Boston, it could get messy. They could need offense. They played 1 million minutes in an overtime game against Milwaukee. I'm sorry, no, they didn't play an overtime game. They played 1 million minutes in a tight game against Orlando, and they traveled to Boston. There's a lot of ways Karis LeVert can get on the court in this game. I'm just throwing out things, man. These are just the weird stuff. Like LeVert, Sonmu, those are the ones that are unowned that I like in that price range.
Well, you have Monk and all these Sacramento guys are on, well, not Monk, but all these Sacramento guys are on back-to-back. Yeah. Booker with Durant out, you're saying?
They're on a back-to-back, but remember the California back-to-backs is not really like they're sort of like at home back-to-back. They're close.
So if you played like this is the kind of crap that I would probably do. I would probably, and I'm not going to. I'm forcing myself not to do this. I play some nonsense like Norman Powell at the utility. Just have something going. I probably wouldn't even play Kawhi. I would just go with the Norman Powell. Should I play Booker? See, this is when left to my own devices what I would end up doing, and I really have no idea what to play. Andre Drummond, would I be so stupid? Probably not.
Look, if there's a slate to do it, Cheats, as you pointed out, I'm playing Daniel Tice at 500 cheaper than Drummond. That feels pretty stupid.
All right, so Seth Curry is starting.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. Like, there are people worried about the back-to-back with him, and his projections weren't quite as, whatever, you think they'd be. But I have a feeling he might actually end up being pretty popular now. Oh, you actually have him somewhat owned.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna use that piece too. I'm just going all out in this game here and just praying those back spasms act up.
Denver. I mean, I guess you have to. I guess everybody knows what they're talking about. Are you supposed to play Strawfer? Is that the story? I mean, like.
No, I mean it's just.
And then we got to play Desandu. That's for sure. That's like the, what do they call that? Not even the Galaxy brain. I don't know what the people call stuff anymore. But is he a guard nowadays? Yeah, he's a guard.
Yeah.
Like Booker, no one's playing.
Maybe
not nobody. And then you go for more of these reserves. You play Tice with Powell.
I'm playing Taurean Prince in my big one too, by the way. There's just not. I want this build. I'm not gonna doubt. I just can't decide the Tice. I have a 2v2 with Tice and Lyles versus Reddish and Prince. Reddish and Lyles or Tyson Prince. I think I'm gonna go Tyson Prince. All right, I'm settled in. This is a tough slate, man. Oh, there's the winner. Look, this is Pingalore asking for the winner. Hey, that's about as close as we
dude, there it is.
Don't you dupe me.
Okay. There it is. There it is. That's the winner.
You and me are going to be the only guys with this freaking thing in the 555.
You got Norman Powell?
No, with the IO.
Okay.
We're a little different at least because I made sure to play. I was deciding with Stone Moon. I realized he only really makes sense because I don't think he's outscoring Exum and Reeves enough here, or coming close to them. But I think if you play him with those guys, that was my way of justifying it.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's the end of the losing lineup build, I suppose.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. And
I'll tell you one thing I'm doing right now, though, before I get out of here. I am going to put Christian Wood in a lineup because I'll never forgive myself if I don't.
I don't blame you.
There's no reason not to give it a shot. The problem is that gives me an 8 of all the players in that one game. It's ridiculous.
All right, I'm going to run. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody.